And good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Have a good time and enjoy it. Today we have a big team here. They are racing every day. One of them, I think today or yesterday, the Jason has made something very special. I think in Europe, 122 kilometers per hour. I think 75 miles per hour. That is impressive. We're going to start with them direct. My friend, can you say what's the sensation?
Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for having me on the show. Man, it's an absolute thrill to be able to do those kinds of speeds on an electric board. Yeah, it's, you know, I don't know how else to say it, but, you know, to be able to reach downhill speeds on
yeah,
an
continue
electric
to speak.
skateboard is just unreal.
What was the sensation for you, my friend?
This was a couple hours ago.
Yeah. Tell us a little more.
You know what? It just wasn't fast enough. I needed to be able to keep that speed longer, I think. That's funny. First time I'm really actually watching this video.
Yeah, that is beautiful for us. I see it. There is about 10 minutes, and everybody's talking about. That is not a very impressive speed. I don't know what is the.
I did this run and then packed up, went home, showered, and came here so I can do this with you guys.
There you go.
There you go, my friend.
As I was driving, I was uploading the video to YouTube, and yeah, I really didn't get a chance to watch it.
Now you are watching. You are watching.
Yeah.
Everybody is very happy for you and for the community. That is very good. It's
well,
not
right
easy.
On. Thank you, guys. No,
First of all, no, it's not. So we are seeing here just the machine.
Yeah. It's a brand new Rogers Brothers luge. I've got Ronin trucks on it, and I got MoeStooge race board wheels. It's running on 8-cell. It's a complete DIY, you know, home build for the most part.
Wow.
Perfect, my friend. And now, yeah, let me just put it like this.
I had
yeah, please.
I had a lot of help with that build, just from all over. You know, with Ronin trucks, with Rogers Brothers, with Brandon from MoeStooge Race Boards, yeah, Mirror Skate. There's a lot of people in the downhill community who's helped out on this project as well. Daniel Engel, Brian Farmer, Max Caps. Yeah, there's I've had a lot of really good input with a lot of really good fast people to help me build this, and it's just been an amazing run right now.
So, my friends, let's start it from now. Hey, what's happening there?
I'm being attacked.
It's like we are listening.
Yeah.
So now we start with the team. Let's go with the MOE. MOE, how do you came to this idea to make this so special team together?
Oh, this is all haphazard shit. We just kind of, I mean, I ran into Jason at the Evolve World Cup. He had, was there, and we just started bullshitting and talking. This guy, Jason, is kind of an interesting fella. So he's at the World Cup, and he's got fucking pins in his arm because he's got a broken freaking wrist, right? I mean, That's why. He just loves it. He loves to do it, you know. We went to Jason and I, anyways, started talking at that World Cup event, and I had the V4 sitting there and took it over and dropped it off, and he went and rode the shit out of it, and we went to Colorado and did that, and Jason and I we been up and down the road, and the guy rocks whatever he gets on and has a lot of fun doing it, and give good feedback, and man, we've had a lot of good times racing. I'll tell you, the Maryhill deal that he did, he went and broke the all-time stand-up record IDF going uphill at Maryhill, meaning he broke all the downhill records from all the pros going uphill on an e-board, and on IDF timing, which was pretty spectacular. The guy's got a long list of doing this. I think that the trucks that are on his luge, I believe he built those in like 2014. So he's been after this thing for a long time. The guy's been after speed and with it. So to see him pull the trucks out and put them on the luge and do what he's doing with that, it's pretty damn neat. Got to change the angle though on the camera, Jason, because all I can see is your nuts in the road.
I just want to say something. First of all, I'm going to say something. I know this persons. I want to say, first of all, thank you to David. David was the first person who bring and speak about all of you. And I'm very pleased to know very well David is a fantastic person. And then I contact Brandon, the Red, and that was the second person I interviewed. Then was MOE I interviewed, and then later Mario. And MOE was a fantastic person to send me this hat and this here. And for one of you guys there who come today to the live to see it, I know that he gave it to me, but I want to share with you guys all. One of the guys is in a live to the end. I'm going to give this T-shirt for you. I'm going to send it. I'm not going to send this here because this is very special for me, the hat. But the T-shirt I'm going to send for one of you guys. I think you are a fantastic team, all of you. I think I see from each one of you who speak, I think there is lots of love, lots of friendship. That is very difficult to find today. And I think it's important for us to talk a little more about that. And how is the experience with your friendship? Because sometimes it's not just riding, it's more than that. And I think you guys are more like a family today. Electro skateboard family that is difficult to find. You are always together, always riding, always trying the best for the communities. And I'm very proud that you guys are here. I'm going to start like the first time. I'm going to start with Dave. Dave, I want to listen the opinion from each one of you how is to be in this magnificent team. Dave, please, my friend.
Whoa. To be in this team, am I really in this team? Well, for me being here in Europe, it's kind of special because I'm not with the other guys every day or every week, so I'm kind of way out in the distance there. But I'm just doing my thing here and skating this Stooge raceboard thing on my decks, and yeah, it's yeah. What can I say?
you are the only one who are representing this company today in Europe. No one do what you are doing, my friend. If you see, that is like something very special that you are doing here, like this one.
Yeah.
Showing the trucks for the guys, and how I see you in Belgium. You go to lots of places to represent the guys, and that is like a team for me.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to meet Brandon in Las Vegas, where I first saw the trucks and the wheels and his complete board. And first time I stood on it was out in the wetlands, I believe it was, out in the desert or something like that in Las Vegas. And it was just a couple of hours before I had to leave early to get my plane back home. But as soon as I stood on that board, I was like, there's something here. There's something special about this setup. And I was like, is it the wheels? Is it the trucks? Is it the chute deck? And I remember Brad saying, yeah, but maybe it's all of it. And then I came back home, and actually first there I started my journey into speeds. But I had a board that failed on me, so I contacted Mo and asked, "Can you help me?" And he was like, "I think I got exactly what you need." And since then I haven't looked back. So yeah, that's how I was fortunate enough to get my hands in this gear.
And now we come to Brandon. How are you, my friend?
Good, man. How's it going?
Riding all the time. Tell us a little more about your. Tell us a little more about your story here with the guys.
Oh, let's see. I believe I hopped on a Stooge for the first time during the last race that we had going on, a circuit race that we had going. It's just I haven't looked back since then. My board actually, I blew a motor in qualifying, and I was pretty much going to be out of the race. And Brad was, pulling up to say, "Hey, here, ride this." And I've never stepped on a Stooge before in my life, and I was like, "Okay, well." I see Mario going around the track on it, and I'm just like, "Oh man, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep up with that thing on my board," because it was the first time I believe he was going to race it on the circuit. So I tried it, and sure enough, man, after that I was hooked. There was no going back to anything else. Like the power, it's enough to keep you on your toes, and it's just there's nothing else like it on a knee board right now. Responsiveness, board. I mean, it's just there's no comparison right now. No comparison.
Yeah, I think too. And now we come to Mario. One very fantastic person. Tell us a little more, my friend. How do you start this beautiful thing? We talk about that in the last time we was here. I think that was a very special moment. How they take care of you, how they bring you here. Can you tell us a little more? How was the sensation? We cannot listen to you, my friend. No. Speak. No.
No volume?
No. He was working. It's 2 minutes. Was everything working? Yes. Try it. No. There's something wrong with your mic. I think go out and come back. Then it's going to work, Mario. And we're going to go to the. We're going to go to a person. Oh, Brandon is here again. He was out. Then we're going to go to Jason. Jason, I think you have a big friendship with MOE. Tell us a little about your story.
Yeah, no, it was a great team to be with. Brandon, Yeah. So, like he said, we ended up doing our first race at Evolve World Cup, and broken arm. I just had a hell of a good time running, and afterwards he came to me and says, "Hey, I want to start this, racing, e-skate racing, and there's like 3 or 4 guys that want to get into it, and he invited me on board, and so myself, Brandon, Brad Miller, at the time it was, I believe it was Dave Derrickson, Cycle Tiller, and yeah, so ever since then we were racing all the time, and going all over the place, and I'd end up breaking bones and still racing and having a good time. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about the Stooge Race Team.
It's a very special one. Then we're going to go to another person that is the first time he's here. Is Brad Miller. Tell us a little more about your story to come to this big team.
Sure. I waded into the e-skate world several years ago with a couple of different threads concerning bushing setups and trying to give people as much help as I could. And then when the 3 links came out, there seemed to be a lot of push to get Mo and I to talk to each other, which it sounded like a great idea because I'd seen some pictures of the trucks and I was really fascinated by the design. And I know that in some cases he was running without bushings. There's basically a central heim joint that is usually not dampened in most setups, except for some of the automotive applications. But we set about to try out a few ideas, and I asked Brandon to put together some shapes so we could try different shapes and see how they work on the trucks. He machined out a couple of blanks for me, and then I made a mold and just started experimenting from there. And then, we've been involved ever since. And I mean, Brandon's a really genuine guy. These trucks really have nothing to do with skateboarding, and they really don't owe skateboarding anything. They're completely different in terms of how they articulate. So I was looking at it just from a real engineering standpoint, just thinking, wow, these are pretty amazing. And then when I finally rode them, I realized that they're superior in a lot of ways, and they're surprisingly agile. You can get a tremendous amount of lean. And one of the things that I've really been, concentrating on lately is the lean turn ratio. Is something that's really important because so many trucks, let's say like if you have a 50-degree RKP truck, you get a lot of turn for not much lean. And with e-skate racing, being able to articulate your angle with the throttle and the brake and allowing that deep lean, it makes an amazing difference in traction and performance and safety. So it was just I was really honored to become part of this team, and it's just it's been kind of a ridiculous journey ever since. So it's really fun being on board.
That is very nice, my friend, and thank you to come aboard with this team. I think you guys are like the perfect team. I'm in love what you do every weekends and what you bring for all of us. And I say to Brandon before, and I tell him again, please, Brandon, open your YouTube channel and make it the videos. I think they are fantastic riders. Mario now is starting to do his channel with more videos and coming lots of persons. I hope that David do more videos too, because David is a fantastic rider too. But sometimes I know that it's difficult for you guys because everybody have to work. But I think how much more things you put out, how better it's going to be for all around the world, because I think there is lots of persons who want to come to this games you make, because I think that is very special, because I see lots this inter to speed is working very good, and you are doing every weekend a fantastic job. I'm just going to put it like the small video here, just for everybody to know how that is working and how to arrange everything. I think that is fantastic, and that's the way we have to do it. And sometimes it's difficult to work so fine, like work with you guys, and every weekend you guys be there to enjoy it and put these machines working and working very fast, and that is not so easy. That's why I think it's very important for us to bring you guys here, and you don't stop to make videos. And if you don't do it, try to make 360. You don't need no more. Just make the videos out. I think lots of people are going to love, and lots of people are going to start to do with you guys more race and enjoying these tracks. I speak last time with Mario, and Mario said that now is the guys from, I think, Washington. Mario, is that right? What is the you tell to me the last time you was in the interview that there is another, your audio is out. Wait, you are of audio. Yeah, when you touch it, there is contact. No. Make me your headsets. So then we're going to go to MOE. My friend, like always, you have to mount these machines for everybody. You have to make special for each one of them. How is that? Is that like you do it with lots of pleasure? I know that because you take care of these guys like your family. I speak with you, and I know that you are a very person that when you love somebody, you love it a lot. And I was impressed the last time I speak with you.
So Jason is on a house board. Mario's on a house board. Torgerson is on his own board that he wrenches on, but we work hand in hand with him on updates and when we get to the track, we're helping him, dial things in and but he basically wrenches his own board. I feel personally responsible for every one of these guys when they step on their boards. I mean, David's clear over in Denmark, and the things he's doing over there, I don't know if it's camera angle or the guy's just fucking flying. He's just flying. But the stuff that he puts on the camera just looks fantastic. I mean, the grass whipping by and the fence posts and the tarmac and all that. It's pretty amazing to watch. But it's really hard to take care of David clear over there because I mean he's 100% doing everything on his own over there. That wood deck that Dave built, we call it the David Bonde deck. But he took some of the pickup points off of the V4 and built that deck off of it. It's a 42-inch wheelbase, got about 1.25 inches drop in it, and David built that deck, sent it over to me, and I built a board off of that, and it's a fantastic deck, and I can't tell Jamie from Red Embers gets those things popping out because it is really good. It does everything right. The clearance points and it's really good. But seeing Dave ride that thing the way he does, ride that thing, it's like the truth. So David came to Colorado and talked to me about putting together a board for the Colorado race for him. And so we used a Red Embers 44 and just put our drivetrain in it and a little dump belly pan on it. And we had it was kind of interesting because the racing that happened over there was everybody else in one class, and then it was Jason, myself, and David, and then the bio boards entry all in a separate class. So and David, showed up. He was in Arrive and Drive. He just stepped on the board that day. That was the first time he'd seen it or rode it or anything. And I'm trying to remember. I think we had you turned down at like 65%. It was the board was turned down just a bit, but dude, he gapped that bio boards entry like nothing. So it was a fun day, but that was David's kind of engagement with the Stooge drivetrain, and he took it back to Denmark with him and started tweaking on it. We talked a little bit about setups, and one of the things he was running a short track, and doing a checking, taking the lap times and making changes on his board and documenting all of that, which every week he would come back with a new lap time and explanation of what he did to the board. And it was really a cool deal. It's all documented on the eSkate News site. So he had this board that he was riding. It was fucking dialed. I mean, he had the thing down to wasn't going to get any more speed. And we're talking about getting more speed. And I go, well, man, try putting a foot strap on that thing and see what happens. And so David, he grabs an MBS, throws it on the front. And I think you dumped almost a full second or a full second off of your lap time just by strapping down your front foot. Is that?
Yeah. But I mean, putting those bindings on were like night and day on the track. It just cut that lap time with almost a second. And I thought before that I couldn't go faster, but then these bindings just got it. So that's I mean, there have been two discussion in getting into speed with eSkate. It's the wheels and it's the bindings, right? So in the beginning, people were like saying, you need to go with the normal PU wheel and rubber wheels and not the thing. But I mean, now no one is even discussing that anymore. And in the beginning, when we began using bindings, people were also, it's too dangerous and you have to move around. But I just can say it just makes you faster, period. So yeah.
So when I suggested that to David, I was running a tow hook on my personal board, just a tow hook. And then I had for my front side, I had a grab handle, and then for my heel side, I also had a grab handle, so I could do a 3-point contact. Now, after David ran that, I'm like, holy shit! I mean, there's the proof right there. This guy's been running this track and just, I mean, nailing it. He's looking great on that track and flying, and I just. Every little tweak, every little tune he did on that made a difference, whether it was better or worse. But he always went back to his baseline and kept going. I mean, when he dropped that second, everything I had got bindings on it. And for us and David bringing that to us and testing that and proving it, that was a big change for us. Man, I can't like David said. You're not going to win unless your front foot is locked down.
Yeah, that's why that is one thing I think Dave was using, and I think it was in the last time it was here in the channel. he showed me something. I don't know. Maybe he can answer us. Or was this a good idea? This handlebar, Dave?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't. I did only get to ride that 1 or 2 times because then the virus shut my track down. But yeah, as I remember it, it was a good idea. When I started that season, I made a new deck, another one from the last season, and somehow I was just not as fast on that setup right there as I was the year before. I only do the drop track like that when it's winter here. So I got a couple of tries on the track, but I was just slow this year. And I can't really figure out why. I've made several changes, and that's probably too much. Yeah, on top of it, the handle seems good, and I would like to get more time on the track with that one. So yeah.
Yeah, and then we come to our good friend and good rider. Oh, I was going to talk about it. It disappeared. Brandon, are you out?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, I don't see you no more. Your image. And for you, my friend, what is your times coming better every day, or how is that working now for you?
We don't really have a comparison that we can go run the same track like that. We set up a different track every weekend, and I can definitely say that I'm 10 times faster than I was before. The bindings are just the front binding alone is enough to really change the way you ride, your style, speed. I won't go back to a non-binding board. As a matter of fact, like when I go back to a non-binding board, I feel really unstable and slow. It's kind of like, it's a different feel. You get used to it. You get reliant on it, and you start leaning harder. You're used to the front wheel, your front foot being locked in, so you can take off harder. You have that push on your heel side. I mean, it's night and day difference. And most people right now are scared to commit to being binded to your board. But they do the same thing in snowboarding. I mean, falling on ice hurts just like falling on concrete. So
yeah. And for you, my friend, what do you think about this to speed going to other states around America? And I listen a lot from here, the guys from Europe, that they heard maybe you guys going to come here to Europe to compete with us. What do you think about this idea to making like a competition and creating all around the world? First of all, in USA, you can go and travel and compete with other states.
Absolutely. So Mario and I are in talks with taking Intro to Speed on a tour. We want to hit the west side first, and kind of communicate with the other Eastgate groups that are like Texas and up in Las Vegas, and try to do like a little tour where we go and set a track up for them and have them come out and run it with us. And eventually we would like to go countrywide with it. And, on top of that, we would definitely like to go to Europe and race. I mean, it's just a matter of time before all that starts to happen. But that's definitely in the works. When this COVID thing kind of cools down and it goes away, I mean, we're definitely got something like that going.
Yeah, and that is the important, because the guys here in Europe, they want to compete against you guys.
Okay. No, bring it on.
I listen. I listen. David is there. David is one of the guys who is the guy who comes to the competition, and we are seeing that lots of persons are here in Europe. When they listen, maybe you guys can maybe come to Europe. That is going to be like USA against Europe. I don't know how that's going to work. I listen for the teams from France. They are very good riding. They are very fast. And I know in Germany it's not so much, but then you have Dave, and they has lots of good riders here, and that will be fun seeing you guys here. And first of all, we meet all of us to drink, something to eat, a nice chat, a nice talk, and then of course a nice competition. Competition is always very good. and very, very healthy for all of us. And what you think, Jason? Do you think that is going to be good, this interaction with the other states?
I love
with
it. I absolutely
that,
love it. You know, I want to be able to go different states. I want to race everybody around the world. You know, they had a World Cup in France. What was it, a year or two ago? I would have loved being able to go out there and do that race with those guys. I think that e-skate all the way around the world it's just blown up. It's a great feeling to be able to run on a track on an electric board and just have a good time. So yeah, I think it's a great idea.
I think that is another place that is in David is in Chechnya. What was the race? I'm going to try to find it here. I think there is a race that they make 2 times in a year, and I have to find it. Where is that? That they make it here in Europe, and it is in a kart event. And last year was very good. I don't know where is that, Dave. Do you know what country is that?
It's the Czech Republic. It's
Czech
just
Republic,
outside
yes.
of Prague. Yeah.
Yeah, they made it last year, and I think that this year I'm going to go to. I'm working myself, and I'm going to try to race too again. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm a little too much, but I'm going to. And it was good that they opened the gates for all of us to maybe go there, and you guys can come here to us and put this sport go very high, because this way maybe we can receive some support, like these companies who helped so much, like Red Bull, like Monster Energy. That will be fantastic for all of you guys to bring this sport very high. And you guys are the ones who started everything. And I was speaking last time with Mario, and Mario said there is lots of states are starting to do the same in America.
Yeah.
And that is very good for you guys. I think that is going to be important. What do you think, Brett?
Well, I certainly think that, you know, the e-skate racing in general, I mean, especially at the custom end, which we're heavily involved in, is, you know, that's basically the open class. To get manufacturers involved, you know, such as, you know, any of the larger e-skate manufacturers, Evolve, X-Way, you know, whoever is out there which has a good standing in terms of a good dependable board. If we could do class racing also, that's really going to help the entire like world of e-skating grow, because it's just not, you know, I think a lot of people are afraid to race, number one, and number two, a lot of manufacturers aren't really sure that their boards are up to it. Certainly not against some of the Stooge boards. But in terms of having class racing where you basically run a stock board as it, you know, I think that would really help this entire thing grow. And I think they do a lot of that in the Czech Republic.
Yes.
It seemed like a lot of those, that circuit race was just stock boards. And there was a good turnout. A lot of people want to kind of learn better how to ride their board to make it safer and have more fun on it. So I think there's a lot of, you know, areas that the manufacturers need to step up and start organizing, you know, races, not just for their own brand, but for, you know, cross-brand competition. And I think it's going to help everybody improve their equipment, as well as improve the safety of the vehicle, as well as the, you know, the ability of the riders to ride at the speeds that these things can go. It's, you know, they're most skateboards or most e-skateboards can go faster than the riders are capable of doing. So,
True.
Yeah, which is how we got
to
begin with, you know, just creating setups that are more stable but still agile is kind of like what we're all about. So that's my thoughts on
too.
this. Mm-hmm.
And you, David, what do you think? Yeah, please, Jason.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with Brad. One thing that really helped myself out was when Evolve opened up the doors for just basically anybody with any skateboard. Yes, they had their race for their regular, you know, Evolves, but they also opened the doors up for anybody with a DIY, if you had a boosted at the time, whatever you're running. they let us go to their track and race their track. And that's what really made me want to go out and just, do racing in general. So
I think
yeah, I
too,
think
my
that
friend.
would be great to be able to have that. The other thing that helped us out was downhill skateboarding. They opened up their events to us. They allowed us to run the hill uphill after their guys made it down. So being able to piggyback their events and different, or I'm trying to lost for words, but that's kind of what helped us out a lot, especially in racing, is having these other companies and whatnot opening their doors to us. So
I think too, my friend. And you, Dave,
About what?
about opening these doors for this sport to grow up, and we make it like a race, like we do in Belgium, like the guys are starting to do in USA, like this inter to speed, putting
Yeah.
together in states and putting together out of the wherever you are, what country you are, and maybe you
I
can
mean,
get more support from the companies who have money to made this sport easy for all of us, because in a moment all of you guys are putting the money for all of you guys are putting the money for your pockets. Is nobody supporting you guys? Then is sometimes it's difficult for you
mm,
to
mm.
go better and better and better.
As I'm informed, the first race out there was the Evolve World Cup in San Diego, right, where they had this event where all were welcome. In the previous years, they have had some other races, not that organized. So as I see, they were the first putting out this short track racing, and then fortunately, more people have done it. Did you guys see the Chinese championships
Yes,
from a couple of months back, where I think it was Backfire that made
Blackfire. Yeah,
the Chinese championships on stockboards. I mean, it was amazing to watch that, and I was like, I wish I could be there. So if more companies could do that, that would be perfect. But also, Nelson, as we saw in Belgium,
uh-huh.
where Cosmo made this together with the Unicycle team, made this Winter Games. I mean, it was also a nice setup, and yeah, I mean, if we just get more events like that, people will start coming. I'm pretty sure. So
I
it's
think
just a
too.
matter of doing it. It's just a matter of doing it.
I think the same. And you, Brendan, what do you think, my friend? Do you think that is going to be the next level for all of us? Do you think the support is very important for us? Companies giving a nice support that you can not just make from your pocket, but having something that you can say, okay, I can do this as a sport, and I have the money enough to survive and have a nice.
Eventually people can maybe live off of it, but I think right now, like most people are saying, is they're afraid to do it. And the companies that have these boards, they don't advertise them as race boards. They advertise them as leisure, fun, go play. But if we can get some of the manufacturers to come up with a race model, I think LaCroix is kind of coming into that pitch where they're super sport model and that kind of thing. And Ernesto's new board as well. It's going to take a lot of, at this point, it's going to take the manufacturers to step up and really want to push a race build, and start having, sponsoring other riders and getting them on these race builds to push it further for sure. I definitely think it starts like this, though. I mean, what we're trying to do with Intro to Speed and getting people. I mean, we've had so many successful riders that are coming out this season that will be in there next season or when we actually start racing. that are all on board, and they came into Intro to Speed barely knowing how to make a turn, and now they're racing around, each other, and they've progressed heavily. So I think this is where it starts, and this is where if we can continue to push the sport, this is where it's going to go. I mean, Red Bull, we've reached out to them several times. Mario has done that. They're waiting for this COVID thing to settle down, but I think Apple Valley Speedway is going to be a good contender for them, a big sponsor like to come out to that and see what it's all about. I think a lot of them will be blown away with what's going on. People don't even know about this yet. It's still kind of a small thing. So.
Yeah, but the important thing, that's what I always tell to everybody. I know that Involve is the guys who make more events for all of us, is the only company who brings something out, but I think I speak with the guys from Involve here in Germany, and I'm speaking with the guys from Australia. I know that the guys from Australia now, they have the control of USA too. And that way, I think that is going to be more easy for you guys, because the idea for them is making this sport all the brands together.
Yeah,
not just Involve.
I think the Evolve closed the doors to everyone else, though. I think they're just they're only allowing Evolves to race against each other now.
No, I don't know how that works in USA, but we are in Europe now. Is open for all brands.
Okay, cool.
That was last year was Trampa was every team can come and race against them, and that is one
awesome.
idea
Let's go to Europe.
Yeah, right. but I know that Involve by this year in Involve USA. That way, that is now is the guys from Australia is going to control the American. Then I think that they're going to open for all the brands to do it, and that is going to be a good thing for all of you guys. And sure. We see one race here. That was one race from Involve. I just want to show it, and if you see. This here is one of the boards from you guys.
Yeah.
This one is, you see, Involve is, and that was, I think you guys don't win it because I think was a problem with your board or a fault or something like that. Who can explain me what happened in this race? Why? What happened to him? I think I know that something happened to the board.
That's gonna be Mo. Tell him, Mo.
I got that one.
Yeah.
So this Evolve race, we had two boards entered. There was 50, I think it was 53 or 54 riders that showed up for this. Short track, it was 13 turns in 34 seconds for one lap. That's, I mean, dude, it was a flat out freaking workout. So when we got there, I had the V3 that Jason rides was, I mean, brand new. Nobody had ridden it. And so I asked Luke Bells, he brought his board down from Sacramento, or not Sacramento, but San Francisco. He brought it down and rode at SBD 2, which was our first track race that we ever had in Southern California. And he brought an all-wheel drive, Hummy motor driven DIY that he did real well with. So I asked him to come down and pilot the V3 for me. He showed up the day before to kind of shake down the V3, and he literally rode it up the block and back and parked it and said, I can win with this. And he didn't ride it anymore. And I've been around racing and race car drivers and all this stuff my whole life. And I was beside myself. He wanted to go out and check out LA with his girlfriend. And that was what was important to him. So we showed up to the race that morning, and all of a sudden he's got an interest in getting some time on this board out in the parking lot. Well, he wipes out in the parking lot, hits a mud puddle, and he ran into a tree, and he ended up messing up his right leg a little bit, and that that was the start of the day. But Luke got on the board. He broke the track record that day. He had the fastest time around that place.
Mm-hmm.
And him and I were the only two that were of my boards that were there running. Hang on, Justin Morgan. Justin Morgan was on a build of mine as well. But Luke and I, we made it. There was 3 heat races, and then there was quarterfinals, semifinals, and then finals out of 54 riders. So there was 6 races to get to the end of this thing.
Yeah, that was when he failed. I know that he failed. I see this video before.
Yeah, he definitely fell. But
in the last curve.
The end of the day, for me, both of us made it to the finals. For me, fat and old, couldn't get the job done. I ran out of talent. My front leg was freaking jelly at the end of the day. But Luke, he was running. I think he went into the first turn in 4th place, and then passed 2 boards, got up to 2nd, and was running down the leader when he fell on the last lap there. But he did a good.
Upset. It was very upset.
Let me tell you, for the
he was very upset.
For the very little time that he had on the board, he did a fantastic job with it. I got a hats off to Luke. He rode the shit out of that thing and did a fine job on it. And me, for myself, I don't have any excuses other than old and fat.
Mo, don't you think that if you see the video, you see that not one of your boards are with bindings. Don't you think that will going to make a more difference for you guys?
Well, with the and just like the rest of this, the e-board racing thing, we're learning as we're going. This is brand new. So at that race, I had the heels. I had the grab handles for the toe side and the heel side, and I had a toe hook on the board. But that's about all we knew.
Yo, can you hear me? Hey, there's Mario.
He's back.
Yeah,
I
please.
think the tables will be definitely turned if we hit Evolve Open again. That's for sure.
Oh, there's no question. There's no question that
is open.
The fun thing about the Evolve event was that for their regular race, they had stock Evolve boards. And for the open race, they brought a little heat. I know Samo.
Yeah.
Samo didn't have a stock board when he went into that thing. There ain't no way.
And Samo is not anymore with the Involve, huh?
I tell you what, Samo's a fantastic person, and he is a fantastic rider. And I really enjoyed watching him run his board at that race. He was great.
But he's not anymore with Involve. He's out. He's not ambassador, nothing for Involve. That was the end. Then I'm going to see you. I'm going to just show you very fast for you to understand, guys, that Involve is doing everything together, because the last race, Involve came with something for racing. He has 4 motors, not anymore 2 motors for racing. And that is to be this year in Germany, the event. But because of the COVID, normally it was last year. That is going to be, and you guys, I know that you are welcome, and I think the competition is going to be fantastic for all of us.
I would like to say something about Evolve. They have done a great job promoting their board and their group, and I really like what they did with the racing. But one thing that hasn't happened at Evolve is the boards haven't gone anywhere. They're kind of where they're at. And I would really like to see Evolve pull their shit together and step up their game and come up with something and fucking bring it to the track. Because I know they have the manpower. I know they have the backing, and the most important thing is that they have the people riding their boards. Holy crap! There's a fucking slam dunk there, and those guys are missing it.
and they have lots of good guys riding for Involve, huh? And I think that will be. I think today when you see you guys team, the trumpet team, David knows the trumpet team. Then you have the Involved team. Then you have the what's the name? The guys who are running the lacrosse. Too. They are very good riders. Then you have the Kelly boards. All together, that is going to be like a crazy thing. That is going to be like a crazy competition. Nobody can put his money in one team.
I have something to say.
No, I want to listen from Brandon. Brandon, please. You laugh. I want to. Come on, say it.
I don't know. I haven't raced any of them yet, but I watch videos. I don't want to come off cocky or anything, but Mario and I are watching. And so far,
the problem sometimes, my friend, is not what you write. Sometimes it's like the race. What happened in the last race, you guys could win, and sometimes you have an accident or something like that. That can happen. And you, and you, Jason, please.
Right. I had something to say is that you're really only as fast as the track will let you be. Like the Evolve track or even the short tracks that they do at the on the weekends, we're not going anything more than 25-30 miles an hour. If that, there's just too many turns. It really comes down to skill of rider. You can come out there with any board and make podium. Stooge race boards are amazing. They're fast. They're being able to fix them on a dime because of availability of parts is a giant plus. But for track racing, you're really only as fast as the track will let you be. And I keep seeing people post up little comments about bindings not being able to get your foot out. Anybody else wants to chime in on this, go for it. But the main trick with bindings for me is being able to get your foot out. I like the mountain board bindings because when my foot's turned with the board, it's locked in. But if I'm going down, all I have to do is slightly turn my foot and slide it out. There's nothing worse than having your foot caught in the board while you're falling. I've done that on snowboards, and it sucks. So, if you're going to use a binding, just make sure you can get your foot out of it. It doesn't have to be super tight. You don't have to be like completely locked in where you're not going to be able to get out. So, anybody else wants to chime in?
That. I don't run it tight. I run it loose. My foot still moves around in the front binding. I've taken a full pin on the Stooge at the Apple Valley with the front binding. And, when you hit the ground, the board just kind of bounced with me. And I don't know, I probably slid a good 50 feet and the board just slid next to me. So it eventually came out. It didn't come out right away. It didn't come out as planned. But when you lose the rear end, you're not expecting it. So, there's not much you can do with that split second of just, roll. And for me, like Jason said, I just kind of went forward and the boards just naturally came off my foot. I didn't have a twisted ankle or anything. And I mean, I was pushing 40 miles an hour at least, if not more. So, I think it saves you. I think it actually saves you from falling more around turning than it actually, prevents you from doing anything.
Yeah, that is the question always. There is guys like this. I'm showing something that was the last Cup in 2019. Yeah, are you seeing riders that you're going to go against? And there is good riders. I guess just going to opponent 3 good riders. This one, that is Moja, is riding with the Lacroix now. Before he was with the Raptor from E-Nation. That is the guys from Trumpers. The Trumper. This guy is the best guy from the Trumpers. That is a machine. That is this guy is a downhill rider from Switzerland, and he's a fantastic rider to ride against you. I think when you come here, guys, I think that is going to be like a crazy thing. Everybody's going to speak about it when you come here and put the machines from you guys running. against. I think that is going to be like you imagine the first event we was up close to 200 persons. When you guys come here in Europe, I think we're going to go like 500 or 1,000 guys there just to see you riding, because everybody loves the way you guys riding. When David is alone here with us and is riding, everybody, when David goes to the track, everybody goes there and to see Dave ride. And imagine when you guys together come here and goes against the other, or you guys in USA against states. I think that is going to be like crazy. Every weekend is like everybody's going to put the Moto GP to the side and going to see the Ace Skates GT race, and going to forget it. And now I want to speak with Mario. Hello, Mario.
Can you hear me now?
Oh.
I finally figured it out.
Everybody was here. I was thinking, tenho que meter una viela, ein candle, and pray that you come back.
Oh God, I'm back.
Yeah, my friend. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Please, just speak a little. And first of all, I want to say, do you think, I make the questions what you don't answer before, is like, do you think that the bindings make a big difference from to ride, the way of riding?
Yeah, definitely. It's you can definitely use it a lot for like leveraging.
Mm-hmm.
It's also really, it serves like a fantastic like foot stop when you're coming in for like a really hard break. Hold your foot like perfectly in place. You do not want to over put it on. You really don't want to have it tight. That's the thing. It helps, but you don't want to like tighten it really. It's just kind of there to help you transition from your toe sides to heel sides. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it definitely helps a lot.
I just want to say that I know that Brent Miller is he have to go. That's what I understand. Is that right?
That's correct.
Then please, my friend,
a bunch of noise is going to start happening here soon, and I can't stop it.
Okay, my friend, I just leave us. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank you very much for coming, and please leave some words for everybody there before you go.
Well, I was just going to talk a little bit more about the team and how we all seem to just naturally really work well together. Everybody brings something that's unique, and we learn from each other, and the attention to detail is extreme with Mo, and his background in track racing, automotive track racing, is just, it's invaluable to this effort, and it's just really an amazing journey we're on. And I think that once more people get on the 3-link trucks and embrace the the drivetrain, I think it's just going to be all the better for racing. And it was just one quick story about how we came up with the bushings for this particular 3-link truck. The most minute detail makes a huge difference, and we kept chasing a particular feel. Compound also has a lot to do with it, but we ended up just making some minute changes that radically changed how the bushings articulated the trucks. And it was just that little detail. And it's nice that Brandon and I are only Mo and I are only like about an hour and a half away from each other, and he has a really good mountain road that we can ride on and do testing. And so just the ability to spend some time in his shop or my shop and just work back and forth on the little details, it's just kind of mind-boggling how much a small detail makes in terms of how these trucks perform. And it's kind of like a continuous improvement program. We're always trying to tweak it, make it a little bit better, get more more angulation for the amount of turn you're getting, and being as adjustable as they are, basically from 0 to 48 degrees, you can set up for virtually anything you want. And I think these are a tremendous game changer, and I'm just really honored to be part of this program. So, and thank you very much for hosting it. And but I do.
Before you go, I just
Yep.
want to. I just want a quick answer from you.
Sure.
Because that was a question from everybody. What you guys consider the most powerful motors available for a race ATM?
That's not a question for me.
Okay, that is. What can who can answer that?
That's
It's
more of a
difficult.
brand, and that's more of a Mo question.
Anybody?
Okay, then I'm going to put it like this, my friend.
It
Thank
is
you
a
very
difficult
much for
question.
coming. Thank you for you
Thank you, Brad.
coming, and enjoy it. I hope that I can meet you very soon and have a drink with you. You are. I listen from all the guys that you are a very fantastic person and very special for the team.
Thanks,
Well,
Brad.
if you can make it out to the race that we're having in 2 weeks, we could all have a chance to meet.
The problem, they don't open the doors for us to go out of Europe.
Oh, we'll sneak you in a suitcase. Lose some more weight.
I'm very big in all sides.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye
Later,
bye.
Brad.
Have a good
All right,
time.
have a good one, Brad.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
That'd be a fucking footlogger.
No, that's why we love Riptide and Brad.
So, who wants to answer this question, please?
Well, so far the fastest motors I've been on has been the SS Inrunners. I mean, the motors that Mo puts on the Stooge, that's been the fastest motor that I've been off.
I've used a lot of different motors. I've used different Inrunners. I've done Outrunners. As far as brand, KV, really what it boils down to is your gearing, what your setup is gonna, if it's gonna last. You know, if you've got like a 250 kV Outrunner on 8-cell with a 2-to-1 gear ratio, you know, you'll probably be somewhere up around 18, 20 miles an hour. Maybe a little faster. And you could win on that. And
or you can go 120, or you can go to 122 kilometers per hour.
I did that on 8-cell.
Okay.
I ran a 2-to-1 gear ratio, which is insane. But and I was using an 800 kV motor, but my motor was Inrunner. I like Inrunners because they take a beating. If I were to show you the bottom of my motors, the road has absolutely destroyed them, and I've almost completely worn.
But everybody
the
don't
motor,
see it.
You know?
Yeah, you can continue it. I'm just going to show it today, guys. What this guy do for everybody's life, or is going to come later. What this guy do? But you can continue, Jason.
What did you do to that remote?
Yeah, I was gonna say that remote looks
so
real good. Can I do that?
That's a GT2B. Yeah, that's a GT2B. I cut the bottom off and glued it to the top, just because it was so big and bulky that the bottom would grind on the ground when I tried to ride the luge. So,
Brandon, I just have to come back here a little because I just want to have a problem here. You close touch this.
No, absolutely not. So
look at here. Look here.
Everybody's looking at the truck. Nobody's looking at the road, including myself.
Yeah. Look at here.
Yeah. So this road that I'm on today is a closed road. There's really nobody going up or down this road. Those people there are city workers. The truck was parked on the side of the road. The workers were up on the hill. And I tried to sneak between the yellow line and the big truck. Unfortunately, there was a big rut that I didn't expect, that my wheel grabbed, and I got a little wobbly. But yeah, so I made it through the truck and was able to power down to the bottom of the hill before my batteries died. This is probably like fifth or sixth run of the day, and each run I did was a little faster, and finally ended at about 122.
Wow, that was good. That was good. I just want to show again, just for you to see, that is the board.
Yeah.
That is the machine that you can see it, and then we're going to go to the. I'm going to listen to Mario. Mario, what is your opinion for the motors?
Yeah, what Jason said was really big. If you wanna have them like last for a while, then it really comes down to the gearing. But as far as like power, what we've been experiencing or experimenting with, those triple S 800 kV motors have a lot of power in them, and yeah, just gearing it right, so you don't burn them up for short track is
I burned it yesterday. I burned 2 motors.
Jesus. Jesus, Nelson, what are you doing?
I burned the 2 of them. I was like, that was like crazy. I burned the first one and I tried to go with the other one a little more, and then the other one burned it.
You're crazy, man.
I used 2 motors. David, are you there?
I'm here. Oh, yeah.
And
I'm
you-
just turning up the heat.
Yeah, my friend.
It's
Oh,
cold.
I know. In Denmark is cold. So, my friend, and you, what motors do you use?
To be honest, my knowledge about motors are not that big, so I'm not the right person to ask this. I can only say that after I've begun riding the in-runners that Mo guided me to, I have had no problems at all. So I mean, this setup that I'm on now, I have zero failure on it for now, and it's now the second year riding it, yeah. So I'm actually planning a new build right now, which is a cruiser build. So I will keep the speed down, and I'm seriously considering doing in runners on that cruiser build as well. But I'll see what it takes to just because I have had zero failures on them. And I am running the high gearing on my setup at the moment, and it just works. I mean, yeah.
And you, Moe? What do you?
Well, yeah, we're talking about the in runners. So, here's the thing: you got a fixed motor on a live axle that every little pebble, every little bump in the road is going to be transmitted right to the motor. There's no suspension. It's rigid. I mean, it's the same thing that hits the wheel hits the motor every time. And with the in runner, the way that it's built, it does everything that it's supposed to. The heat is on the outside of the motor. The things that can vibrate and fall apart are fixed. It's not like you have a can on the outside spinning around a stator. The stator is on the inside on an in runner. It's a better design for what we're doing, and that's just the beginning. The second part of it is that the copper to iron ratio is better on an in runner, and what that translates to is a more efficient engine, more efficient motor. So you got 2 good things working for you. You got a better design, and you get a better copper to iron ratio, so more efficiency. You're going to make more power with less area. So in order to make the same power on an outrunner, you need a larger motor than you do on an in runner. I started out on 40 millimeter cans. 4092 was the first motor that we really run pretty good on. We started out on that, and now we're at a 5692, which is a pretty good size motor. That's what we base our axle widths off of that motor combo. If you look at that motor, the motors on that board up behind me on the screen, those things are smack up against each other. And if I could, I'd run even a little narrower axle design off of that, but motors is what we got. And I really think that as far as the power and what people are riding, 12,000 watts is enough on a dual. It really it's a deal where we can run 50 mile an hour uphill for 8 miles and not overheat anything. We won't overheat our ESCs. We won't overheat our motors, and we're doing it on less voltage than any VESC setup. So the ESCs we're running are super easy to dial. They're user friendly and they're really reliable. We got tooth gears on some of our ESCs. The motors that failed that Mario was talking about, we had a 75 mile an hour final drive running short track. So yeah, that was something we were trying to do with the 155 millimeter tire, and we didn't have a gear ratio that was proper for it. So once we got that back in with the gear ratio, we're running a 50 mile an hour final drive on a short track, and we don't even see heats that we even have to worry about on any of this stuff. And heat is the big enemy. It's the big killer of electronics. If you see heat in anything, you got a problem. And we're kind of there where we have more power than what we need, and we're not seeing any heat in any of our things, and we're doing it on 8S. This 18S stuff that they're talking about, I say bring it to the hill and prove us wrong.
Yeah. That is the important thing. If you want to do it, you have to prove it. I want to ask you now, I'm going to Mario. Mario, tell us a little more about something that you bring. There is 2 days out. What is this? Explain to us.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make a video on the board that I've been riding now that Mo, I have a lot of people, Mo helped me put together. It's this guy right here.
Wait a second, please.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I just want to change it. Yep.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, it's just like a board that I've been kind of playing around with. Mo got this deck from Dave, West Coast Standard, Psycho Tiller. It's the Chimera, and I basically just wanted to make a little video showcasing like my best, like the best way to like show what it's like to ride it, or to see how it rides. So it's like a set of, you got the 3 links for trucks, and then you have like the we're running 63 74s, thanks to Jeremy, and we're running gear drive on this. So, and I think I hope the internet doesn't get too mad about this, but this is a prototypo enclosure.
No problem, my friend.
Let's see what happened. I'm kidding, but I was just basically putting together, after I ran into that tree and broke the prototypo deck, I was just kind of like on a loaner board for some time, and I wanted to give that back. So we got something new to play with. And
let's see the little of the video for you guys who are there. How was the performance, my friend?
It's great. It's torquey. The gear is a little lighter than it was when I had it on the prototypo, so it gets going real quick. I'm getting a little bit better range too, because it's the lighter gear, less torque on the takeoff. Only thing is, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to go a little bit faster. I just kind of, I'd ride in traffic a lot, and
but
wear a
now you
helmet.
have a board. But now you have a board that you can go with your friends and have a ride.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was the problem with you. I know that you like to go out and have a fun with the friends riding,
Yep.
and that was a big problem for you. Now you have something.
Yes. 100%.
Mhm.
It's
I see
something
the
for sure.
video, and I'm going to tell again to Brent, you have to make videos in your YouTube channel. You make lots of good videos. You have to put it out, content, my friend. Mario is putting now, and his channel is growing very fast. I'm going to leave all the links there. If you want to buy the trucks from MOE, I am going to leave all the links there. If you need informations, please contact them. I think the idea is to bring the groups in USA together and make lots of rides. You talked with me, Mario, last time that you was very proud that what state that they make this event like you guys. What state was that, Mario?
Yeah. It was in Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah.
Morgan Brady, and I think he was here earlier. MF Boom. I think
Mhm.
they might have like put it together. I don't know his name, but yeah, I was watching the videos and they were killing it. I think there was a downhill rider, MF Boom,
Mhm.
and he was like, they were like showing a video of him like going around. There he is, yeah, that guy. I don't know his name, but he was killing it. Anyway, but yeah, it was really cool seeing that some other
I think
community is doing it as well.
if you are out there, my friends, if you are from another state, start to do it. Make your team. That
Yeah.
way, you can race against these guys, and this way, the race is going to be bigger. The information is going to come more out. Make the race not in the streets. Make the race in private places like these guys do it. They do it in a safe place that nobody can get hurt, and then invite the other guys from the other states to come and make the competition. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be lots of companies that are going to see that happening every week,
Yeah.
and they're going to start to support you guys.
Yeah.
That's the way everything has to work. I think that is very important for you guys, and going to help a lot of community. I think that is fun. I think that meeting other persons, meeting other writers is going to be like crazy stuff. And now we have another question here. I don't want to leave nobody with no questions. That question was like for Dave. Dave, what was the sensation for you when you was in Belgium riding?
Yeah, that one. And I also said, hey, Thomas, B-Boy Stretch. Yeah, I met Thomas in Brussels, and I saw him asking before how I found the event in Brussels, and that was just, that was Facebook. So Cosmo that did that event there. It was pretty nice because it was the first time that I went out of Denmark doing a short track race against others. I have been going around my own track for 3 years now, and I have never knew how good or bad I really was. I only had my own times going around the track, so I could monitor myself and see if I improved from week to week. And then I went to Brussels where I, for the first time, competed against other people on the track. The track was pretty narrow, so we didn't have any head-to-head races. So it was a time trial thing. It was a really nice weekend. And now, it was a 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday, and I decided to go home Saturday evening because I had a very long ride home. But now I'm kind of regretting that because I wanted to have another day on the track and see if I could better the time that I had there.
Yeah,
and it pisses me off because the first day I got the fastest time on the track from all vehicles, both unicycles and scooters. But Sunday there was a scooter guy who went faster than me, and I was like, I would have loved to to get another day on that track and see if I could keep him behind me.
Dang scooters.
Nah, that was something. Some mistakes they make with David. I was there. I see the mistakes was there. They make some mistakes and they put it like 3 laps, and they don't count it 2 laps from Dave. And I think it was something like that. Dave, that you said you want to do the 2 laps because was not counting. Two laps from Dave.
Yeah,
And,
I simply misunderstood. I thought we had 3 laps, and apparently we only had. And I was counting from the second time that I passed the timer, but I was counting wrong. So I politely asked if I could have another go, and yeah.
yeah, that is the important thing. Yeah, I have to have the. But it was fun. I think that was a fantastic. I came in third place in my classification, and that was very good. And I think the way they made it was very good. I think that is going to open some doors for other riders to come for around the world. Then for you,
I have a funny story about that because when I came with my board, I had these huge race wheel on them, which are those they kind of look like a normal PU wheel but are rubber. And when I signed in, they had classes. They had pneumatics or rubber wheels, and they had PU wheels. And when I showed up with my board and they looked at it and they, that's street wheels. And I was like, yeah, not really. But they were like, oh yeah, that's street wheels. So they put me in the street wheel class. And I was like, okay, just put me in the street wheel class and my competition will be against everyone else.
Yeah. In this day was Atox there too, the guy, the Jens from Atox with his new tracks, and that was fun. That was a nice thing. Here are we seeing again one of the race. I'm going to leave all the links for the YouTube
right here.
Yeah, that is a very good video, and that's why
this is all the downhillers, the actual some of the fastest people in the world right there are actually riding e-skate upstairs. Let me see, White. Let's see who's that. Brandon, can you let's see? There's Daniel Engel.
That was Tim, and that's Mo.
Tim,
that's Daniel.
So to tell you about the thoroughbreds that were on these boards, Daniel Engel was number 3 in the world IDF a couple of years ago. Tim Dell is one of 3 people to bust 90 miles an hour on a downhill board. These are the guys we get to hang out on these uphill events. Every time we run in California, it's fantastic. It's really a fantastic place to be.
The question is like this, guys. What type of grip tape do you use, or you use grip tape in your boards?
I use grip tape on mine. I use the grippiest grip that I can find. And usually that's like a 36 Vicious. Sometimes I know some of the other guys barely use a little bit of grip because they have a binding on the front, but yeah, I just want to be able to keep my foot planted, so I use it as best I can.
Yeah, and you, Mario, what do you use? Because I don't see nothing in the boards. The boards is always so clean.
Yeah, so I just haven't put any grip tape on this board yet. I'm gonna do it, I swear. But on the race boards, we do have, I believe it's Vicious as well. We're running Vicious in the front, under the binding, and then I'm not too sure. We have clear grip tape in the rear for our back foot. I'm not sure what kind of grip tape that is.
So I just want to share information with you. Why I speak about this grip tape? I speak with the owner of the Dope Grip Tape. He's from Germany, and he wants to talk with the MOE. I went to he tell me for me to speak with MOE, and he wants to send the grip tape for the team to
That's
try it.
awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's cool.
So
Yeah, dope.
that is
Very cool.
yeah, that is dope grip. That is very grippy. That's why I'm asking you guys, what is that? He was in a channel. I don't know if he's in a channel now. He said, "Can I contact MOE?" And I say, "Of course, I'm going to tell to the guys." He said he wants to send you his grip tape for you to test it because you are riders, and I think that is a good opportunity for you guys to test it if it's good or not, and give you information if that is good. I said that was going to be 6 persons here, and he's there. I was talking about him. I think he's coming, and that is Matthias. He's a very nice person, and it's very good to listen to your opinion if the grip tape is good or not. And I just want to say to the guys who stay to end of the live, I'm going to make a question. The guy who answered this question faster is going to receive the T-shirt from this team. And there is answering, and the envelope okay, he's going to send it to you. I'm going to leave it later, MOE, for you, the contact from Matthias. Then he can send you the grip tapes for you guys to try it, and you can speak with him. He's a very nice guy. And the other questions what I want to make is like this: MOE, do you talk about wheels? Are you planning to change your wheels? Have you something new? Is going to come something new? Do you going to stick with the wheels that you are using now? What is the plan?
Oh man, we're in a bad place with wheels right now. We're in a bad place with wheels. Fuck. The problem with wheels and tires is that in racing, you are only as good as your contact patch to the ground. Your tire is the most important thing. Everything else is secondary. The rider, the suspension, the steering, all of it. It's all secondary to what your grip and your contact patch is. At the moment, we had a pretty good little 130 millimeter race wheel, which stuck real good, did good. It just couldn't hold up to the punishment, and it would come apart. Man, it was great. The ride quality was great. The grip was great. We had multiple durometer compounds that we could dial the board, the front and rear balance of the board to the durometer of the tire to. And the tire just wouldn't hold up. So we've been playing with this 155 millimeter Metro board tire. It's been pretty damn good as far as what's out there and what we have. The problem of it is that we're out of them. The world ran out of the fucking one. The 155 stopped. I talked. So interestingly enough, okay, so Metro board holds the mold for the 155, and Hoyt Street, little company out of Portland, they're fantastic. I really see good things on the horizon for Hoyt Street. These guys are hard chargers. They got their shit together. They like to fucking race, and I like that a lot. I really can't wait to see them put their best effort, at the track next time we go there. They're going to be there, and they're going to be tough. I've been in contact with the owner of Hoyt. Yeah, I've been in contact with the Hoyt guys, and they've got some pretty cool things on the horizon as far as tires and stuff. The 155, when they acquired Metro Board, Hoyt acquired Metro Board. So the 155 I'm not sure if it's on the chopping block or what it is, but my understanding is that the manufacturer of it says that they're hand built tires and they're only good for 10 kilometers per hour. We've been running. Mario was clocked. Mario was on GPS 57 miles an hour on these things. We haven't seen one tire failure on these tires. They're a nice short profile. They've got a good flat crown to them. We can make a lot of grip out of them, and they're working real well for us. Problem is that like I said, the world's out of them right now, and I kind of hope that maybe the manufacturer will come in and change their I don't know, idea what this tire does, or somebody else will come up and step up and put down a tire that we need. In my eyes, and my idea in my head from my background in racing and what we've seen is that we don't need a 10-inch tire to do what we're doing. What we need is a speed rated tire that is made like a 100-mile-an-hour go-kart tire, but on our scale. We need something. I think that 150, 160 millimeter diameter is the tire that is going to lock in and be good in this sport. Maybe it's a little bigger, maybe it's a little smaller. We're still figuring shit out as we go along, but we need a tire. Man, we need a tire. The tires
It's the most important.
beginning, the middle, it's the fucking end, and everything revolves around the tire. So right now, the 155 Metro board is where it's at, and we're fucking out of them.
Yeah, we don't they don't keep them for too long. I mean, they're great tire, but man, they don't last. Like shit, 3 track sessions and we're going bald.
3 sections.
So, yeah, that's the problem. Is it's so good, it's so grippy, but it just doesn't last. I guess
to learn how to slide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
track they don't last. But if you put them on a board and you go group ride couple times a week, they're gonna last a long time. I built another board 6 months ago, and I still have the same tires on that board. Mm-hmm. Track racing is totally different. It eats them up.
Yeah, that is the bad. To eat them so fast is not good. Always the. Yeah, please.
There is no good tires right now. Nothing great.
That is bad. Yeah, that is something that is not good for you guys. Then I'm going to go to the question I listened to. So Dave is trying to change something, not to going so fast, doing the other way. What is I know that Mario wants to go fast. I know that Brandon likes to go very fast. What do you think is going to be the limit for you guys? Because today you see Jason come to 75 miles. Okay, that is downhill a little, but what is the limit for you guys?
That downhill run I did was a really, really fast hill downhill. But I've actually gone. I did 57 downhill on electric. I did 55 up with the same setup. So it's not much of a difference. It's going from 110% to about 100.
And you
still have the power pulling you up the hill.
And for you, Brendan?
Jason brought up a good point earlier. You're only going to go as fast as the track's going to let you. So if it's a big open track, you're going to be limited by, what the longest straightaway is. They're only going to turn so fast. Doesn't matter what you have. You're only going to be able to turn it so quick. Uphill racing is a different story. I mean, you got a long stretch. Right now it's between 50 and 60 miles an hour. I think that's a good speed. If you're going to go any faster than that, then you're going to be doing, world records. So Not many people will do over 50 miles an hour on a skateboard to begin with on an electric board. So it's, yeah.
How many people is today in your team? Like here, we are seeing here for Mario. Is this the complete guys who come every Sunday with you, right? For a ride?
Yeah, we got these guys are pretty consistent.
Yeah.
It's growing. It's a mixed bunch every time. We have 2 different locations. We're doing the dam. That's the Sepulveda Dam, and we're doing a Torrance. It seems
This
to
is
have
fantastic, huh, Brent? This
bigger,
is fantastic.
bigger turnout always at the dam. It's more of a centralized meetup point for everyone coming. We're having a lot of luck there. It's also a lot bigger. There's a lot more area. We haven't been hassled there yet. So that's a good spot. We were there today and we laid out a track that's very close to Apple Valley's track, about half of it. So we tried to mimic it to get ready for practice and stuff. And we went the fastest we've ever gone at intro to speed. We had a 40-mile-an-hour straightaway, and we normally keep it around 25 miles an hour because it is intro to speed, and we are teaching people, and people are learning how to do this. But today we kind of did a race like simulation, and definitely pushed the intro to speed to a lot faster than we're used to.
Yeah, that is good. That is a very good. And for you, Mario?
Well, I kind of really wanted to go after Max Caps' 63 mile an hour run, but now that Jason's going 70 miles an hour, no. It's like, dang, okay, now we got to step it up. You know what I mean?
I gotta chime in. I gotta chime in here on Max and his run. Okay, so the world record board that I put together, it's sitting up in my rafters out in my garage, and we put that together, and Max Caps and I. Now, a little background on Max Caps. He was the very first guy to ever break 90 mile an hour on a skateboard. He was the first guy. So pretty impressive. The guy's got a lot of downhill experience. He's probably one of the top riders on the West Coast. The cool thing about Max is that he is an innovator. He this board right here behind me, this guy right here, he built this thing. It's carbon fiber foam, and it's got an oak stringer in it. It's really a neat downhill board that he built. And he's the first guy to really put aero into a deck design. So we went out, we took this board, this world record board, and we went to San Luis Obispo, and we did 1 day of testing. And Max had never really been on a electric board before, so we had to kind of get some runs in to get him introduced to it. And the last run that he made was on the very bottom of the battery capacity. He had 6 runs in before. He had never squeezed the trigger down all the way, even on the last run. And he went 63 miles an hour on the last pass. It was a slight uphill grade, and really there was a lot more left in the board on that. And if we had went back and did a second or third testing, the guy would have been sitting on 75 mile an hour, no problem. It was just a matter of getting him acclimated to it, getting him used to the board. We just never went past that. We did the 63, the first. Really, the board's only been rode one time, and that was the day that Max went out there and rode it. So it's got 6 passes on it. And, man, there was a lot left in the tank. It just, it was a test day.
And for you, Jason, do you think it's important for a person who make this race to make downhills before with longboards without motors?
You know what? Any real experience on a skateboard, before you go to electric is better. People that are coming with a downhill background and know how to make it slide, know different ways to handle their board and handle themselves, especially if they come off. It's a plus. The biggest change from downhill to electric is how you stand. With downhill, I'm leaning right over the front truck. All my weight's on the front. With electric, you got motors pushing that board out from underneath you, and you have to have your rear foot a different stance. You stand a little differently, just because of that push of the motors. So, coming from any type of definitely downhill background is helpful, but east skate is its own animal. And then you start using different motors and different gearing. One of my first setups I did way back in the day, before I really had a respect for the motors, is I was riding it and I just said, you know what, I'm giving it full throttle. And next thing you know, my feet were over my head. And I remember seeing the moon between both of my feet, and I landed on my head upside down, sliding.
Oh shit! Jesus.
Yeah, and luckily I had, it wasn't a full face helmet. I just had one of those little half, helmets for riding bird or whatever. And but yeah, after that I decided to get a little more respect. So
Yeah. I know that the last time was the COP this in Europe in 2019. The guy who wins the race was one guy who makes downhill, and
Yep.
nobody was expecting to this guy to win. And he was with a small board with the small motors, and he win it because he has the reaction to go to the course very fast.
yeah,
I can show you
the
the guy.
difference,
I can
the
show you the
difference
guy
between
very
riding
fast.
alone, the difference in riding alone and riding with people, that's the difference.
Yeah.
When you're racing, you're riding with people. You got to know how to get around.
That is the
people.
guy here. This guy
And
with the green. This guy with the green was the guy who win it.
Good.
And that is a guy nobody was waiting. Was a person he came there, and nobody knows him, and
that's
nobody
awesome.
was.
I love that. I love it.
And you have to see his board was with I don't know in English what is the name of this. What is the name?
I love the short decks. I like the shorter, like the shorter wheelbase and the smaller trucks. And a lot of my actually all of my DIY boards are all downhill boards. My race board that I use, the MoeStooge race board. I mean, I love that as well. But when you're out there racing these,
but you have to think you are talking about a person who don't have no motors. The motor was nothing. Yep. That was more the rider. That was the rider.
It's all
because
skill.
If you see, that was everything skill, and he smashed everybody. That's why I say sometimes, okay, the machine is very important, but you need that was the final here. That was the final here. And look, this guy here, how he came. He's going to take him out now. And there was no space. Oh, they fall it here. That was this race was very good because they fall, and the guy, the Peter, is a German, and look at here, and he don't win because he stopped it and he helped the guy. If it was another guy, just go away, and he don't win nothing. And he stopped it. He say, okay, we started from the beginning, the two of us. That is not fair. And then he lose it in the other lap, and in end he wins the cup of friendship. Like it was honest.
Yeah,
Like,
we do this because first of all, we love skateboarding, and that's what it boils down to. If you're racing second when it comes to it. If I crash with somebody, then we'll get up. Okay, you good? You good? All right, let's do this, and start from the beginning. It just makes for better racing all the way around, and I think that's why all of us get along so well. We can get around. We are serious when we're racing, but if something bad happens, we're there to make sure everybody else is all right, and that's the main goal. Safety first.
Yeah, that's the important. That's why I came to a question. I'm going to start with you direct, Jason. What do you think about protections, my friend?
As far as gloves, leather, shoes, yeah, I guess I'm a good person to ask that question. Pad up.
Yeah, but
wear your helmet.
I'm talking for you to tell to everybody, my friend, because lots of persons don't respect that, don't know what is that.
I've been one of those people who didn't really care. I went down, going down the highway at 50 miles an hour in board shorts and a t-shirt. Luckily enough, I didn't crash. But I've also crashed in full leathers and a full face helmet and broken my arm and broken my collarbone and walked away from it for the most part. Even on test runs, most of my major crashes that I've done is on test runs where I just finish a board and I'm like, I'm going to take it around the block, just make sure it's good, and I crash, mess something up. It's always important to wear a helmet, wear gloves, knee pads if you can, but whatever you can, pad up. It's just it's a no-brainer.
So, and then I come to for you, Mario, tell us.
Same thing.
Your sound is crazy, my friend.
Is it
now
crazy?
It's like, your sound is perfect. You are like in the studio. Now it's like, yeah, it's like a dream now.
Yeah, same here, man. Like same thought process. Like, sometimes you're just kind of like, nah, you're gonna be okay. You don't need to wear like knee pads, elbow pads. But in reality, you really do. It bites you when you don't, because it hits you when you least expect it.
What happened today, Mario?
For example, today, perfect example. So I was on Smalls one of the guys let me use his like Onyx e-bike.
Mm-hmm.
And I was taking it around the track for like 30 minutes, like without stopping. I just loved it. And then and then I was hitting one of the corners, and it was a pretty sharp turn, and the back wheel was just like jumping from like the grip. And then I every time I would get close to that, and then I was just like, I wanted to give it a little bit more. I slid out, and I didn't have knee pads on, so I got a nice little scrape on my knee for not wearing knee pads. Nothing serious, but still, like we don't want that. So
no,
he forgot them. He didn't not wear them because he didn't want to. He actually forgot them.
No, well, yeah. I forgot them, but don't forget them. Like, remember,
don't forget it. The shit always happens when you don't use it. When you use it, nothing happens.
Exactly.
That is like me. My accident was the same. I always use. This day I don't use it. Pow.
Yeah, exactly. Always, dude. Yeah, pad up. Well said, Jason.
I've had crashes with and without pads or helmet, and yeah, it definitely sucks worse without.
Yeah, it sucks a lot. I'm close to 1 year. I'm close to 1 year stopped.
I think leathers and a full face helmet, they give you more confidence. You end up going a little faster.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you do come down in leathers and helmet, at least you have a little bit of extra protection to save your hands and feet and knees and head.
So
I'm Moe, please. What do you use?
I'll tell you what. In 2017, we lost a good friend of mine, Derek Basui. He, I don't know if you've seen the El Mirage desert deal where I fall at 57 miles an hour, but he was the guy on the camera. It wasn't even a month later. You know, he was out on the desert with us that day, doing speed testing as well, on channel trucks. He was a pretty smart guy. Had a lot of ambition as far as finding speed, making things work. And I know today, if he was still alive, he'd be right beside us right now, talking, probably right here in this group today. But he was out.
Maybe he's in one place looking for all of us.
Yeah, maybe, but less than a month later from him filming that desert thing that we did, he was out speed testing and crashed and he died. I mean, it's just what do you say? What do you say other than what could have saved your life that day? You know, fucking good helmet. You know, that's a pretty good start right there. You look at it. You look at anybody riding a skateboard helmet over 30 miles an hour, and I know a lot of guys, even some of the guys on my team here, will disagree with me. But if you're in a TSG pass helm doing 30 miles an hour on an e-board and you fucking slam, you're gonna get hurt. And I've seen guys get knocked unconscious in skate helms and in good skate helms. You know, good stuff they're using a downhill 50 plus. It's different on an e-board. When you get on an e-board, it's not downhill. It's not. And DOT, Snell, SA rated helmets is where you need to be. I don't give a fuck if you think they're a little heavier and they're going to tweak your neck. It's not about your neck. It's about your fucking head and your brain.
That's why they are heavy.
The impact is about that shit that's in between the shell of that helmet and your freaking skin in your head. You know, it's the things that are about in between there, and the TSG and the new olders and that the stuff that they put in the skate helms, it isn't there. Maybe a new helmet needs to be made for electric skateboards. But right now it's DOT, SA, and Snell, because the slam isn't the same. When you're on a downhill board, you're low. You're low to the ground, and you're anticipating it. When something fucks up, you got time to think about it, and you got time to react. When a motor seizes up, when a belt comes off, when a gear drive or whatever the fuck fucks up on an e-board, and you're doing 40, 50 miles an hour, it's going to be from where you're standing to your head hitting the fucking pavement. And I think Mario can attest to this from our last little ride down there at Apple Valley. When the damn, there was a piece of the track that fucking turned up and grabbed his board. The track was falling apart, literally. We had cones everywhere for bad spots. And there was anyways, a piece of the track grabbed his board and slammed him. And, if you take a look, I don't know if you got your helmet handy, Mario, from that wreck, but if you could show these fuckers, it's important, man, because I'll tell you what, you can break your fucking arm, you can break your leg, you can run the skin clear down to the bone on anything, but if you fucking hurt your brain, you're fucked.
Yep. That's over. Game over.
And that's what happened to Derek. 100%. Derek fucking hit his head and he fucking died, you know?
Yeah.
And that was really early for me on the skateboard thing. Before the skateboards, I ran stock cars, I ran sprint cars, and we did a lot of old track racing. And and there's guys that die there with the best safety equipment money can buy.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate reality of the sport, and it is of this one as well. And what we try and do is we try and mitigate the worst. So, man, I can't say enough about helmet. Helmet is where it starts and where it ends. Everything else is something that probably isn't going to kill you, but your fucking head will kill you. So that's kind of the end of it for me.
And you, Dave, please.
Oh, yeah, about safety and about gear. I had this talk with Ernesto in Colorado, and he was like, I can't even believe that we are still discussing this. And I was like, yeah, I'm with you all the way. So for me, it's just a natural thing to wear safety gear, and I feel naked without knee pads and a proper shirt with protection on the elbows and a helmet. And sometimes I have tried to go out just wearing gloves and a helmet, but all the times I have turned around to get my knee pads and my elbow pads on as well, because I just feel naked. And I am extremely afraid of falling. So I want to protect myself. I'm too old to mess up my body now. So,
and you, Brandon?
We definitely wear helmets. We make it a point at the track that you don't get on the intro speed track unless you have a helmet. That's a very, very minimal. I had an episode at Apple Valley Speedway as well. I wasn't going to invest in leathers for that track. Mo decided that I needed to, and he really emphasized that it was important. So I said, okay. I broke down and bought a full set of moto racing leathers, over $1,000. And man, I'm glad that I did, because during qualifying I went down hard, some of the hardest that I've ever went down. And man, those leathers just saved my whole body. I mean, I got a little bit ragdolled. I got thrown. Unfortunately, I did not hit my head, but I still saved my body from being all rashed up. So leathers was a good investment. I won't ride faster than 40-ish, 30, 40 miles an hour without leathers. Other than that, I kind of stick to lazy rolling. I'm fond of their jackets. Their full padded jackets are nice. I definitely need to invest in another helmet. Right now, I'm just rocking a Troy Lee design helmet. It's lightweight. It's for downhill mountain biking, actually. So I mean, it's definitely not geared for what we're doing. I need to start looking at other options for that. But I've been fortunate so far to walk away from everything because of the gear. So I 100%. Even if I'm on the track, I see someone out there, hey, your helmet, hey, your knee pads. I give people shit all the time, and it's like a natural thing, like Jason said, and like David said. I go to leave with my board. I don't have my jacket or my helmet is in my other hand. So yeah.
I have something to add.
Yeah, please.
So I've ridden the DOT built helmets like Brandon was saying. I've ridden the pass helmets, the Predator Hill.
Hello. Yes.
Okay. And like the little skateboard helmets, man, you throw those things on the ground, the regular old skate helmets that you take to the park, and they crack in half. I've come down at different races around with my regular downhill boards, and yeah, they've cracked in half as well. And my brain was rattled. The DOT ones, they're great because you can, fly them to the ground and your brain's okay. My biggest pet peeve with any of the, or like Rurock as well, is the visibility. You just don't
You lose it.
you just don't have as much visibility with a motorcycle helmet as you do with like a downhill helmet, or I've even used a skydive helmet just because I like the visibility. But as far as crashing anything over 30 miles an hour, you're asking for it. And I've been very lucky over time not to be rattled too bad. But yeah, it's definitely something that needs to be looked at. If there's another company out there that can make a DOT helmet that has more visibility, you can see around you, because you definitely need that when you're riding, especially in like track racing or uphill, or hell, even if you're just cruising, going down to the store and you're going through traffic, you need to be able to see. Brad Miller, who had left us earlier, he had a he had a little mirror. What was the other guy that used a mirror on his helmet? Do you remember?
Yeah, that is this mirror for that is for bicycles. You put it inside. Yeah.
Is it Matthew?
Yeah, I think it was Matt. Matt used one of those. He ended up winning the that one race. Chime in on it, Brennan. Lancaster Grand Prix.
Well,
But, yeah, either way, helmets are key, like Brandon said. But if somebody can come up with something that's more visible, I think more people would lean towards something that would protect their brain better.
Yeah, I think too. I think it's very important. And the other, before I make my next question, I'm going to make something here for you guys who are live now. I'm going to make the question, and one of you who answered the question correctly is going to win these T-shirts from MOE. He sent it to me. I'm going to. I want to know just the first name for all the persons who was here in a live today, and who answered first who wins the T-shirt. That's, you just have to. It's not so difficult. The first one who answer the names of all the guys who was here in a live wins the T-shirt. There is a question here. There is a question here from Jeremy. Moe, if you could have made a perfect tire, which dimensions would it be? Pneumatic or solid? Yeah. The first 1 minute. Was fast, huh? Please answer. I cannot listen to you.
I think you're muted, Mo.
You are mute. You have to take it out. Hello.
You have to unmute yourself.
You have to unmute yourself. I cannot. If you put it in mute, you have to take it out. Yeah, who win it was Matthias. Matthias put it right. That is Jason, David, Brandon, Brad, Moe, and Mario. Perfect. Hello. You go out. You just have to put it out. Hey, can one guys from you answer the question? What do you think, Jason? What type of tire?
Rubber's the way to go. It's the grippiest. Something small, something wide. The Metro boards that the like Mario and that we're using on our race boards.
What's up, Mo?
I think they're only like 5 inches in diameter, and they're roughly like 2.5 inches wide or 2 inches wide. Brandon, can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us anymore.
Yeah,
I can hear you just fine.
There it is.
I just don't know where I'm fucking at.
Talking about
I bounce out, I bounce in. It's a shit Southern California fucking stream. So what the fuck? So we were talking about a tire, right?
Yes.
And so the end result is what you want is a tire that you can put in any put it into a corner and you don't have to think about it. The things you want to have front and rear balance, it's the same. You want to have predictability where you don't have a slide, and if you do, it's a gradual peel from going from grip to no grip. Something that you can maybe lose a little grip and then realize that and bring it back without having to lose control of the board. So when we're talking about a profile, we need something with a nice flat footprint on it. Something that's got a big old footprint pattern that's stuck to the road. We need to be able to take and change the durometer of the tire, be able to put on a softer tire for different road conditions, for asphalt, for concrete, depending on what you're running on. It's just exactly like all we have to do is follow what the guys in kart are doing.
Mhm.
Go-kart or shifter kart or world-class kart, whatever you want to call it. There's a tire made for those guys. And for every application, whether they're running in rain or asphalt or concrete, they have a tire for that application. And that is where we need to be. And as far as the dimensions on the skateboard, you look at the guys that are running these things and you see the angles that, like, you watch Mario and Torgerson and these guys that are running these angles on these tires. I mean, shit, they're getting way out on these fucking things and really putting the tire traction to the test. And if we don't have to worry about the connection to the ground, we can worry about everything else. And the tire that we need in my head is a right around 150, 160 millimeter. It's got to be pneumatic because with air you can adjust your air pressure to the track. You can help dial it in on that. You can make the footprint small or you can make the footprint big depending on how much air you have in the tire. And it's got to have a flat connection point to the ground. And as in everything else that runs, when you're talking about motorcycles versus GP motorcycles versus GP F1 race cars, 4 tires are always better than 2. It's just a fact. 4 tires are going to go around a corner faster than 2 tires are going to go around a corner. So we get a good tire. I don't think it's tough, but I think we got to have enough people willing to pay money for it in order to have their research and development put into it. With oval track racing, circle track racing, whether you're on asphalt, dirt, go-kart, full-size cars, F1, street cars, there is a tire for every application out there that's been made. And there just hasn't been for this because this is brand new shit. And we gotta get there. We gotta get there. It's not there yet. Right now, that Metro board low profile sidewall that they have, that's the closest thing we have to a tire. So that's what we're using. We get somebody else to step up. Yeah, we get somebody else to step up, make something better. That's what we'll use.
Moe, can I ask you, what is that? Is that a new prototype you are making? What
are you talking about?
Back?
In your back. What that fucking skeleton
Yeah.
back there?
Yeah.
Oh, you bet. So
I'm waiting the whole night to ask you this question.
just take a look at that thing. Just kind of look at it and think about it.
Something new?
What's going on here? Oh yeah. It's so for the last couple years, I've had this off-road board in my head, and I just finally started on it. I started on it last week, so it's not that what you see up there is just a couple days work. It's chromoly,
and you
everything's
put it there. And you put it there because you know I'm going to ask you that, because I was all the time I want to ask you that, but I was afraid you're not going to answer. But that is something very special you are making there, and you are putting everybody curious.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think most of the guys on the race team are curious too, because I really haven't spread this around or told much about it. It's an off-road board I've had in my head for a couple of years, and I'm finally going after it. What we're going to end up with is it's an air ride adjustable suspension board. It's an off-road board, and the wheels that I have on it are just something that I had in the shop that I threw on there. They're 200 millimeter, and we're going to end up with a 9-inch tire. It's going to be 2.5 inches wide. It's going to be a flat profile on a 6-inch spun aluminum wheel. And so I guess
closer, please.
Well, I'll get you a little closer here in a second. So it was based off of the 3-link trucks, but it's a swing arm. If you can imagine like what a quad is, a four-wheeler. It's got a single swing arm on the rear, but this has instead of independent front, it's a single swing arm on the front. And the air ride shocks, you'll be able to adjust the ride height, and you'll be able to adjust it also to the rider. So you'll be able to put this board very low to the ground, and also air it up higher if you want it to. So I'll tell you what, it's just something that I've had in my head. It might be a big pile of shit when it's all together, but I have a feeling it's going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of fucking fun, and I intend to be the first person to ride the fuck out of this thing and make it a lot of fun.
I'm looking to the face of the guys, and they are like.
So let me lay this thing down here and give you a quick of what it is. Okay, so hang on a second.
Guys, I don't need to see you more. I want to see another thing, please. Oh, what is this?
I don't want to see that. Let's go back to the board.
I don't want to see. Yeah, I know that. What's happening here? I want to go here. Oh, yes, now. Yeah, that's what I want to see.
What? Oh man, that's tricky.
It's to flow.
That's crazy.
You made it happen, bro. You're making it happen. Wow.
That's crazy.
He don't want to come here in Europe. He's going to come prepare.
All right, fuckers. That's all you get.
I call first dibs.
All I gotta say is Tramp is fucked. We're gonna fuck Tramp up on every fucking road, on every side street.
Let's go.
It's gonna be fun. We're coming to Europe with this bitch. It's gonna be
great. Moe, every month I'm going to make a live with you. Then you can update everything.
Fuck that. It's top secret from here, motherfucker.
Come on, one time in a month we make it small. I hope that you make a fantastic thing, my friend. I see it in the beginning. I want to ask you from the beginning, but I say, okay, I leave it to the end, and maybe you can tell something to us. But because it was there,
I'll tell you what. All you get is a kiss.
Yeah, that is, and a big hug, my friend. That is
And a
the
big hug.
important thing. Yeah, and I'm very pleased to have you, all of you guys here. You are a fantastic team. First of all, I think you are. I want to say my opinion. I know person, Dave. He's a fantastic person. He's a person that you can sit have a nice chat. And the other three persons I speak was with Mo, Mario, and Brandon. Jason is the first time. I think you are more than a team. You are like big friends. And first of all, I want to thank to you, Mo, for the things you create for this team to bring it together. I know that they love you a lot because you have lots of love for these guys. I want to say to Jason, you are a fantastic rider. It was a pleasure to
Thank you.
meet you today. I think
Pleasure meeting you too.
I think in the future I hope that you guys are going to open lots of doors for us bringing these rights, make the states come together in America, because America is always one place that open lots of doors for all of us around the world. Be yourselves, don't change it. You have a fantastic team, a very nice team. I know most of the guys from internet, not personally, but I see every weekend the rides from you guys, and I think that is very special. I think you have a very nice team. I just listen nice things from you guys. I'm very proud to have you, the six persons here today. Brad was away, but I think he's a very special for you guys to create something special. And you see here the team. I think sometimes you don't need a big team; you just need a good team. And I think you guys, as not a good team, you have a big family, and that's what makes you come in a weekend and you go with pleasure riding. And sometimes I know lots of guys who go for a ride, they don't have no, it's not something, you just go. And you guys, every weekend you are there. And for me, I'm jealous. I know that Dave is jealous because we are locked here in Europe. We cannot do nothing. And I just want to go there and beat the ass of you guys.
Bring it on, Nelson. Bring it on.
Please.
Come on. Every Sunday, baby.
Hey, Dave. I was good. My English was good, huh?
You don't want none of the beard.
No, I cannot speak this English, my friends. My English is not so good for this. But I will be a great pleasure to go there and have a nice ride with you guys, because I speak with Dave, and Dave tell me so beautiful things when he was there with you. And I hope for us to see more times, create something new for us, be together. And I'm going to leave for all of you now, like always, the last words I'm going to leave for you guys to tell to the guys who was here in the live or that's going to see the live later. And have fun, be safe, enjoy it. And I hope to see you very soon. And we can start it with Dave. Come.
Okay, so
The last words.
Last
Yes.
words from here. I have a list of things that I wanted to address that the other guys were saying, but we will leave that for later. So my last word was just be I have only met
David. Sorry,
Yeah.
David.
Mhm.
You can talk about the things you want to talk. If you have it, talk it. Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
No, my
so,
friend.
So we talked about bindings, right? And the other guys are rocking a front binding only, also on the short track. But when I'm on the short track, I need the back binding as well. And I mean, it's pretty important, especially if the short track is short and tight, like I think the K1 track that you did at the Evolve World Cup is a tight track. It's 30 seconds around and 14 corners, right? And I have found that I turn with my left, with my rear foot, so I need the binding so I can lean the rear foot against the binding. So I think that I have a different approach on binding there. Also, the wheelbase. I have found that the wheelbase that with the big decks that we have, so I have two setups. So I have the setup that I ride on the airfield here, where I go fast. But on the track, I need a smaller wheelbase to get around the corners. And I can't wait till I get over to LA again and ride against you and I will bring my short track deck or my short track setup, and you will go with your big wheelbases, and we will see what works the best there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the battery thing, right? With the 8S thing that Jason just did this fast run today with the 8S, and we are all going on the 8S. There's also this guy in Australia doing a fast board. And that looks really promising. And he also comes from the downhill community, and he's also on 8S. So I mean, I guess that 8S is enough for us. And the last thing, Denmark is really flat. We have no hills at all. We only have the one hill that we do this uphill that we did that uphill race at a couple of years ago. But I've always been extremely fascinated about downhill skating, and I can watch downhill skating on YouTube for hours. And I have always thought about how would the talented downhill boarders address this e-skate thing. Because I think that still e-skating is still a young sport, and to be honest, the talent in e-skate, myself particularly, is I can't compare with the talent in the downhill scene with the pro riders there, or just in the normal skateboard scene. I mean, in the years to come, there will come more talent in the e-skate scene, and I can't wait to see how the young guys like Mario is going to take this sport to a next level. Because we haven't seen anything yet, I am pretty sure.
And we're going to go to now you last words for all the guys who come and visit you, or maybe you're going to see the live later.
To the viewers of this live stream, be out there. I will attend as many events as I can this summer. I will do my best to go to the Czech Republic. I will. There's an event in France. The summer event from the video games. There's also an event in the UK, but unfortunately, to go to the UK, I have to fly, and it's a bummer to fly with these boards.
No.
Yeah,
you have to go. You can go with me.
Yeah, that takes 24 hours for me to go down and take the tunnel. So I don't know.
No, you come to my house and you go with car, the two of us. I'm going to go there.
Yeah, but to everyone out there, be at the events, and I'll see you there. I can't wait.
I hope I want to race again with you again. So then we go to Jason. Jason, please.
So, I don't know. When I first started, there wasn't much out there as far as anybody who's doing electric skateboarding. Everything I got was just on the regular downhill forum, and I was able to set up my board and tie them in. So now there is so many people that are doing e-skate around the world, and so many different forums and social media platforms and YouTubes that anybody can just get on, and if they want to have an event in their area, they can just say, "Hey, meet me at the parking lot. Let's do it." And I think that's what a lot of people are starting to do now, and it's the buzz is around. The e-skating is just building. It's doubling daily. It seems like, and as far as getting companies involved, yeah, that's great. But I like keeping it simple with this group of guys here. We go out, we have a great time, and we don't have to worry about the big, corporate. But yeah, if you want to do it around the world, just come out and have some fun. Stay stoked.
Thank you, my friend. Moe, the Bistrat, you are now, my friend. The last words for you, my friend, for these crazy guys around the world.
Well, I gotta say that so I want to start by talking about Brad a little bit. These guys sitting in front of us right here, right now, today, we all probably wouldn't be right here talking to each other without Brad. And I'm really sad that he bowed out early, because there's a lot there. There's a lot there. There's a guy that he took the downhill and the e-skate thing, and he really found a connection between the two. He's the guy that did that. The very first time that we made our uphill run at a downhill event was called Tepe and Tacos, and Brad was the guy who tied it all together. Before Brad, I was just some asshole running around on crap bushings and dude, I'm telling you, at 57 miles an hour, I went sliding on the desert. It wasn't on riptide bushings, and if I had met Brad, 6 months earlier, I probably would have went 60 or 65 before I jumped off that sumbitch, before it flung me. Anyways, so to tell you who Brad is and what he means to all of us here, without Brad coming into the picture, this whole thing wouldn't have been what it is. I don't think without Brad. Brad is he's a pivot, and he's the the thing that made it happen. You talking about our story, as far as where we are together today. Everybody who's on the screen today kind of brings a little something to it. Jason, son of a gun, man. What can you say? The guy lays it down, and he's literally broke his bones for this fucking sport. Holy crap. What the fuck more can you say than that? And he continues. Look at him on his luge. He's still digging. And as far as Jason goes, he's more OG than any of us. He was one of the first guys to even think about this as being, let's go find something electric, put it on a board, make it go fast. Fuck Jay, he was the beginning of all this.
Something I want to add to that was when I first started this whole electric skateboard things way back in the day of the Silverfish forums, and a really good friend of mine who got me into this, Chris Ariano. We actually got in touch with Riptide Brad, and we were discussing with him what we wanted out of bushings and what we could do, and what Brad has done for downhill community. Before I did e-skate, I did downhill, and what he has done for the community and helping people out. I mean, it's so easy now to just be able to go online and contact somebody, and he has always been helpful and always been like, well, let's try this, try that, and I can't tell you how many times he sent me bags of bushings to try out and see what works and what works best. So yeah, Brad is top notch. So I see Brandon's got a Riptide shirt on.
Yeah.
So we get we bring Jason in. Dude, he's been doing it longer than any of us. Brad with the bushings. None of this would happen without Brad, I don't think. David Bonde, dude, you're like an anomaly. I mean, we kind of ran into each other by accident in Colorado, and you went out and rode something, and you thought, holy shit, this is cool. And then you contacted me later and said, hey, put something together for Colorado. I'm coming back. And
well, there goes Brandon. But, damn. Well, yeah, David.
I just want to say we're going to wait just 2 seconds. Maybe he's going to come. I just want to say to everybody who came here or is going to see this live, support the guys and I'm going to leave all the channels from them. Go there, subscribe, and we're going to continue with Mo. Mo, please.
It's a shit connection. It's what it is. Anyway, I was talking about David. I don't know when I dropped it. Start back. David was an anomaly. He one of my ideals once. He contacted me back. We hooked up. We built the board for Colorado. We went out and ripped the hell out of it, and then took that board back to Denmark with him, and has been cutting it up ever since with it. I think it's fantastic. All the testing that David's done on a short track has really meant more to this team than I think the team really even realizes. Being able to go to a track, make a small change, and then go to the track and do it again, and then post a time on it, it's really a big deal, David. And David, I got to say, man, you are a huge influence to what everybody has here and what everybody's doing today in the U.S. and also back over there with you at Denmark. I mean, things that you have implemented have come back to us and went back to you. And man, I can't say that we would be here today without David Bonde either.
And don't forget that Dave in Europe, everybody knows him. And everybody love him a lot. He knows that.
He's a good-looking fellow too, so that doesn't help. Doesn't hurt, right? So we get to Mario. We get to Mario over here now. Mario came to us as kind of a wild card. This guy showed up to our. We had a 5-race series called the E-Skate SOS, the Southern California Outlaw Series. Mario came to us on a stock prototypo and on bald fucking tires with cords hanging out of it, and he rode the dog shit out of that board. And I mean, every time he got on that fucking thing, he was impressive. He was impressive as hell. And we went into what was it? Race 4 was our desert race where we raced on the dirt, big figure 8. And I said, hey Mario, Dave Derrickson and his West Coast Standard, and this Redbeard guy over here has been writing his stuff and winning everything. And why don't you jump on old Grumpy and take him for a spin on that last race of the? We'll see if we got anything for old Redbeard and his shit. And you know, Mario jumped on old Grumpy, which is, dude, that's the V1, that's the old boy, and went out and tore the shit up. He freaking did really good in that last race. And Torgo over there, that race 5 was the one he busted the motor on the Psychotilla board and had to jump on. I think he grabbed Brad's board, his house board, and dude, those guys were like fucking. They were noted. They were they were close. They were right there, and I was like, wow. There we go. That's what this is. That's what we're talking about. That's what this is about. Both those guys went out there and sent it on that race 5 at the Eastgate SOS. And anyways, it's been really good having Mario on board. He does a fantastic job for us, and he rides the shit out of everything he gets on. And he wears his heart. He wears his heart right on his sleeve right there every time. Torgerson is right there the same way. Torgerson's more of a privateer, likes to own his own shit and take care of his own shit. And these guys are neck and neck, and it's a roll of the dice of who's going to win when they get out there and run each other. It's so fun to watch those guys run. Those guys make each other better every time they get out on the track and ride with each other. It's fantastic. And these two guys, Torgerson and Mario, when we end up going places and doing things, it is going to be like, fuck, who's going to win? It's hard to say. It's hard to say between the two of them because they're right there at that edge and that level. And it's, damn it, youth and skill will always be overcome by age and treachery, and that's what I am. So fuck you guys.
So nice words. You use so nice words.
I love you too, Mo.
So Mario, please.
Well, yeah. So I feel like sometimes you meet people that you're supposed to meet. Not like a couple months. Sometime last year, we were on YouTube. Jeremy, he was commenting earlier about the tires, asking questions about the tires, and we were on YouTube. We were watching a video, and we were realizing that Jason was making 50-mile-an-hour videos on PCH right in front of Jeremy's house, and so it was like literally like right there. So I don't know. It's just like this weird thing that makes me think about like some people are just meant to like meet at some point in life. So I think that's what's happening here, and I think we are on a journey together, and I just can't wait to see what the future holds for us. If anyone is still if those who are still watching,
we're going to watch later.
Who are going to watch later, it doesn't take much to do intro to speed. Buy a set of cones. Amazon has them for like $20. Set a little track together and just get a couple guys together and just do it. Just learn from each other. The community is really active, so if you have any questions, we're here to say help you out with anything. Just keep the stoke alive, like Jason said. Keep looking, keep riding, keep shredding, and wear a helmet, pad up, and just do you ride hard. Have fun.
Yeah, thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. And then we come to the person who speaks a lot, Brandon. Please.
I don't talk a lot. Shit.
You don't talk too much. You always quiet. Yeah, I laughed a lot is another thing.
For sure. First and foremost, man, I gotta say thanks to Mo. I mean, I wouldn't be on the Stooge board. I wouldn't be doing anything I'm doing now if it wasn't for him to build that board for me. I realize how lucky I am to actually have one and own one. I think besides me and then David Bonde, I think we're the only two. There's one other guy that has one, but I mean, that's special to me, and I keep that. Brad, for sure, he's been a really cool guy. He was the one that first, nudged me along to get on that Stooge board. And I wasn't going to do it. I was going to ride another Psycho Tiller that was just off to the side. And I said, you know what? I want to give Mario a run for his money. I got to step on that Stooge. And that was it, man. That's what pushed it. So, a shout out to both of those guys. I really appreciate that. Jason, in the very beginning, you were one to beat, and the SOS. Me and Mario both were like, well, shit, we got to race this guy that's a veteran. He's on this damn Stooge board. He's tearing it up. Like, how are we going to compete with that? And we watched you. We learned from you. You helped me set up my board, and very much appreciated. For sure, that exactly. I don't know David Bonde very well, but I watch your videos. And, me and Mario are watching all the time. We're just like, did he just do that? Or is he going around the track that fast? Or you wearing, you have the binding first. And we were just like, man, like, this is what we have to look up. Like, this is what we're going to have to compete against. So we better study it hard because this is what's coming.
And believe it, he competes. He's fast.
Yeah, we see it. And it's great. It's great to have that going on that side of the world as well. So it's not just, local centered here.
That is
absolutely. Intro to speed. That leads me to Mario. Kind of started this thing in the very month from last year, I think. Now it's been over a year.
Yeah.
And the vision wasn't even the track setup. The vision was we need to teach these guys that we're riding in traffic with and we're going on these group rides how to ride better, because they're being reckless. They're wrecking. They're going in front of cars. They're blowing past stop signs. They're going through red lights. Half of them aren't wearing gear. It's like, let's organize an event. Let's make it something so we can have them follow us and learn and get better and stop falling and eating shit and hurting themselves and breaking collarbones and it kind of morphed into this like a track base where we went somewhere and we stayed there and it's working out and we know it's working out because we have guys like Fess and just he sticks out a lot because when I first met that guy in Intro to Speed, he's come a long ways, and we have a few other guys that have come a long ways just by going to Intro to Speed. And that's what's going to help drive this racing competitive edge as well, we think. I mean, we get keep getting people involved and teaching them the right way instead of just going balls to the wall, no gear, and, not really learning how to ride. You're going to run into trouble. So I definitely think that's where it's going. And that's a really good thing that, as I got to say, it's Mario's vision. I just help out with it. We help each other. We learn from each other. If anyone's made me better here, it's Mario for sure. He has the least amount of skate experience out of all of us, and yet I'm learning from him each time I ride. I've been skating all my life. I'm 32 years old, and he's still teaching me things on the track. So hats off to you. I appreciate that. Let's keep going. Let's keep racing. And I'm excited for what the future holds.
That is
Cheers.
very
Right on. Thank you.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to say one thing that Brandon say. I'm going to say to all of you, the community. I don't know how many persons are now there, but these persons are there. If you spare this message for everybody, then you're going to have more 10% and more 10 persons, and they're going to be big. And that is like this. Me and Dave, we live in Europe. And Dave knows very well that in lots of countries we cannot ride. It's illegal. You can have big fines. You in America, you are free. You are free to ride. Don't lose that freedom. I see what Brandon say, and that is something they are talking about. Lots of guys who came here to the lives. I'm going close now to 100 interviews, and lots of guys is from USA. And lots of guys are complaining that there's some states that they want to make a shutdown to electric device. Don't lose your freedom. Don't be stupid. Don't make stupid videos. Respect the rules. That's the way you're going to have fun, and you're not going to destroy the fun from the other persons because of 3 or 4 stupid guys. Everybody is going to lose his freedom. We know what we are happening here in Europe, and we don't want it to pass the same to you guys. Believe it, freedom is the best thing we have. In Germany, in Holland, in UK now, is like if they catch you, they take your board, and the fines they are very big. That's why watch it, guys. Don't lose it. That is very important. And go to these tracks and enjoy with them. Respect your friends. Respect the riders. Respect the other persons are in the streets, the cars, the people walking, the animals, everything. Everybody are in the same team. Don't think just about yourself. Don't be a person who be just thinking for you. Think in all of us. This way we go everybody in the same road. If you don't do like that, that is going to be bad for everybody, and the fun is over. That is my thing I like to say. That's why I love you guys, because I think you are not a team, you are good friends. I know, because I listen from Dave when I speak with him, I make an interview with him, I speak with him in private, and what he talk about you, that is more than one team. That is a group of friends who ride every weekend together and want to have fun. And you want to make something, a sport from this. And that's why I tell for you the last time to bring all the team here to speak a little more. And I want to thank you very, very much. I like you a lot, guys. That is not because of YouTube channel, because I don't mean nothing with this. I just want to have fun, and I want to bring the riders, and that the community comes better. First of all, I want to say to MOE, I'm going to talk about MOE. MOE, you are a fantastic person. You are a fantastic father. I know the love that you have for your daughter. The first time I speak with you was amazing. I think I was a very special passion for you. For Mario, he's a guy that I was not expecting when I speak with him, and I think he has a so big heart like you, Mo. Brandon is like an amazing person that he knows has so much love for Mario and for all you guys, and I see the passion. And then Dave is the other person, is not with you guys, but I think he's always with you all the time because he loves you. And Jason, I don't know him so well, but I can say this is the crazy guy who just want to go and put you in a race. Like last time I speak with Mario, I say, oh, he was about 65 miles, and today Jason came here and say, okay, now it's not anymore 65, it's 72.
70 miles an hour. Man, come on now.
Now you have to work a little more.
Yeah.
Jason just say, I'm going to put these guys, they have to work more and more.
Yeah.
And that's why
real low, man. 70 miles
and I want to say to Brad one special thing. I think he's a very experienced person. I don't know him, but what I listened from Moe speaking with me last time was a fantastic thing. And then I asked him, who is Brandon? And he answered me. I think he's like the special key of your team. And you have to take care of him, all of you, because always a special person is very important for the team. Without him, it's not going to be the same. And maybe one day when he go out from you guys, he can leave the experience for all of you, and you're going to learn and continue his journey. That's the way we're going to be very big, all of us. For everybody is there, my friends. I just want to thank you very much for coming. That is
Thank you for having
support.
us.
Thanks for having us.
The other
Nelson.
thing, all the states in USA, please start to do events like this. Make challenge. Aber challenge that the respect is there, and bring this team and the other team and make like crazy stuff, but always as friends. Don't, because of a race, don't lose a friendship. The friendship is more important than everything. And have fun, lots of fun. And don't damage yourself or the other persons because you will just want to win a race. Yeah, that is very bad. So, thank you guys. Was 3 hours of fun. Hope to see you very soon. Take care. Be safe. Watch your friends. Take care of your family. And we see us again. Thank you, guys. And I see you tomorrow in a German